Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just seeing this video, you are welcome, and to all my returning subscribers, you are welcome as well. So today we'll be learning how to make this crisscross pleated turban. You can wear it in this different ways that I style it in this video. If this is something you are interested in, kindly keep on watching. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and you share to more people that you thought might need it. Let's get started. So to make our gathered pleated crisscross turban, we'll be starting with our turban. So for the turban, I'm using the head circumference of, here with me I have 28 for the head circumference. Then for the length, I have 15 inches for the length. This is for the turban. So for the turban base, which will be at the front, the measurement is 15 inches for the length, while the width is 4 inches. I have that in 4 different places. I got that in 4 places. 15 inches for the length, 4 inches for the width. That is what we are going to use to create the pleated front. So we are going to fold it like this, because we are creating like a zigzag look. So we are going to fold it like this. You just want to cross one like this, then again do the same thing. This one goes on top, you can see, then this one come like this, so you can see. So is this crisscross front we are going to make for this turban that we are doing. So what you are going to do is to pin it down, because you can actually sew everything once. The way I did it now, I can sew it once, but if you are just a beginner and you cannot handle this one, so you can remove this first two. You can remove the first two and sew everything. You first of all sew this one on the right side. You are not turning it. Let everything be on the right side. So you sew everything. You close it up, sew it like this, sew it like this, sew the remaining to the 4. You close the 4 up before you now start arranging it like that. Okay, let me do that just for the sake of the beginners we have in the house. So now I'm going to sew everything straight. I'll do the same thing for the 4 pieces that I have. So now you can see I finished sewing. I will remove the pin because this is already in place. So all this excess now, we are going to trim it out. So this is the back, this is the front. So we are going to trim off the excess and just leave like ½ inch that we are going to use to join it to the turban base. So you trim off all this excess because you don't want this part to be bulky. If you want to line in your turban base, I think you don't really need to trim it up, but if you don't want it to be too bulky as well, you can also trim it. So if you want to line in, also you can line in the turban base. So after we finish sewing, we take our turban base, fold it into 2. Make sure the 2 sides are equal like this. Then you notch the center. You notch just to locate the center. Then you open it down. Then you take the pleats, right side facing each other. You match it, and you use your office pen to hold it down in place like this. So now we are going to sew on a straight line. So you can go to the end and make sure your sewing is above this first sewing. This first sewing should not show. So let's sew. So now we are finished sewing. If you are doing this for a customer, you have to whip this side that you just sew. So you take it to your sewing machine and you whip it. But this one is for me, just for the purpose of this tutorial. So if you want to do yours for the customer, make sure you whip this side. You whip it with your whipping machine so that everything will be neat, or you can use bias tape to cover it. So now you can see this is the front part. You can see what I said, I should make sure the sewing cover the sewing of this place. See how the 2 sides, see how neat it is at the front part. So now we are going to fold it together to close up our turban. So when you close it, you measure your head circumference, because this fabric stretch it not too much but a little bit. So I'll be using 11.5, which will give me 23. 22 is 11 inches, so 11.5 will give you 23. Because this fabric stretch it but not too much. I think it's raw silk that stretch it a lot. I will use 11 inches. I hope you understand. So now I'm going to sew it like this. Sew it to this place, the normal way we sew our turban. Then I will use my needle and thread to gather it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here is the turban. You can see I've sewed it and I've gathered it. See how neat the inside is. It's only this place that I did not whip. People as I did not whip it, it's still neat. But if it's for a customer, I'm going to whip it to make sure you whip your own. So even if you, when you finish, you can still whip, you know, it did not disturb you. You can still whip it. So this is it. These are the fronts. Look at the front. There's the back. This is the front. See the zigzag that we did. So our turban base is ready. This is our turban cap. There are two ways you can make this tie. This one I want to do the crisscross separately and the turban separately. That is number one. The number two way is you can join your crisscross to it before you close it. So I want to join my crisscross to it. I'm not going to close my turban yet. I will leave it open till I finish my crisscross before I will now add it together and sew it together, gather it together. But this one, I want to make it in two different places so that I can be able to wear this turban cap only and I can wear the crisscross as a headband only. So we have finished our turban cap. Let's go to the crisscross design now. The measurement we'll be using for the length. By the way, the name of this fabric is London crepe. London crepe is the name of the fabric I'm using, and 1 yard. I'm using 1 yard, but I still have pieces, but 1 yard will be more than enough. So the length is 32 inches for the length, while the width is 17 inches for the width. 17 inches for the width, 32 inches for the length. I cut it in two different places. You know, it's crisscross. So now for the crisscross, we are going to be creating a gathered pleated look inside. So this is what this measurement is for. So I measure 1 inches interval. Everything you see here is 1 inches, 1 inches. I measure it, then I rule it. I did the same thing for the second fabric. So 1 inches and I rule it. So now on this line that I measure 1 inches, I'm going to be holding it this way and I will sew on it. So let me do one as an example so that you see what I mean. So I will fold it on the line that I drew on this line, and I'm going to sew it on that line. No need of leaving any space, just sew directly on the line. So you see what I mean now. I sew on the line. So this is the back, this is the front. So I will do the same thing for every of the line that I drew. I will sew on each line. On it, I will sew on it straight. I'll do the same thing for this one and the second one. So by the time I'm finished, I will show you, then we'll continue from there. So here is it. Look at the back. I finished pleating. Here's the back. This is the front. Same thing with the other side. Here's the back. This is the front. I have finished pleating everything. So depending on the amount of lines you drew, or the width of your fabric, that's how full your pleat is going to be. And if you have watched to this point and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Kindly click the subscribe button, join the family so that you'll be able to perfect your turban making. And if you have watched to this point, please kindly give me a thumbs up. To make a video is not easy. To make a tutorial, it is not easy. So kindly give me a thumbs up. Share to more people that you thought might need it. So let's continue. So now this part that is out, I'm just going to fold it inward like this and sew it straight on a straight line like this. I'll do the same thing for this part too. I'll fold it inward this way. Just fold it like this and sew it down on a straight line. So let me do that one first, then we continue. So here is it. I have sew it. Let me show you how I sew it. Just because I did not want any sewing line to be showing here. So what I did was I took the mouth, this side, this mouth, then I fold it like this, and I join it together with this one that I sew earlier. So and I stop stitch on this one, sew it on it straight. So that's how it give me this shape. You can see I sew it on it. You can see the mouth. So it give me this neat finishing at the front. You can see. So this one we have as the band for it. So you can see that there is no sewing. Everything looks pleated. Here's the second one too. So you can see, you know, in everything you do, neatness is key. So here is it. So now we are going to crisscross it. So to create our crisscross, You know, we are creating crisscross now. So one will be like this and the other one will be like this. It's a cross, just like today is Good Friday, so we are creating a cross. So now you put all the two, as in it will be right side facing each other, just like this. Right side will be facing right side. So this one you are going to hold it together this way. You hold the two now together like this. I have a video on how to make crisscross turban on my channel. So this one is just like a crisscross headband that will be on top of the turban. So in case you do not understand this one very well, you can actually go and watch that one. It's the same process, but that one is not gathered. It's just normal crisscross turban. So in case you do not understand this, it's just for you creating it like a cross. You understand? Just turn it like see like a cross, then you hold the two mouths together, right side facing each other, and you pin it down because we are going to sew it. You pin it down like this. So as you can see, I have pinned it like this. I have also pinned this side too. So let's open it up. So this is how it's going to look. It's crisscross. You can see. This is how it will look. So now, this side that we pin, we are going to sew it. You sew it straight on a straight line. You sew it from here to here. Then you come to this place too. You make sure it is tight here. This part. Make sure it is very, very tight. As in, start your sewing from the tightest part so that there will not be any hole. Because that place tends to leave hole if you leave it. So make sure it is very, very tight. So I pin it down so that you sew it and make sure it's equal. So let me sew it so that we'll open it, then we'll see the outcome of it. So you are going to sew this part that we owe. You sew it like this, then you come this way and you sew it. So let me finish sewing. You can see. Remember that the side that I sew as the band, that is not the place I sew. It's the side that is the mouth is open like this. That is the side that I sew. So now we'll turn it to the front. This is the sewing. So I have opened it up. This is where I sew. I have opened it up. You can see the way it's looking like. This is the back and this is the front. You can see the front and the back. So now we are going to close it now. Right side facing each other. We put the two mouths together. You know, it's this one we have two opening. One here and one here. Because that is where we are going to wear the headband for. You know, we are wearing it on top of the turban. So that's why we are not closing it. Had it been it's a crisscross turban, we'll be closing one part and leave one part opening. But because it is not a turban, it is a headband, we are wearing it on a turban. So these two opening sides will be open. So the only place we'll be closing now is this end part. So now we match the two mouths. We are going to match it together. Make sure both mouths are equal. Make sure they are equal. Same thing with this part too. We match the two mouths together. Make sure they are equal. When your work is equal, it actually makes it to be very, very neat by the time you finish. So match everything and pin it down. Like I said earlier, when you are working with pins, and when you are doing turban, always make sure you have enough pin around. So now I will now measure the head circumference I want it to have. So because I'll be wearing it on a turban, so I'll be using the same thing, the same measurement I use for my turban, because I can totally wear this alone as a headband. So I'll be using 11.5 inches. You can use 11 inches, you can use depending on the fabric you use. This fabric is not really stretchy like that, so I'll be using 11.5 inches. Same thing I use for my turban. So I will pin it down here. If you have chalk, you chalk it. Then the same thing at the second opening too. The same measurement I measured here is what I will measure here. I will measure the same 11.5 for the opening. You start from here because the opening starts from this part. So you measure 11.5 is here. You use your pins to hold it down too. Make sure your works are equal and neat. So now what we are going to do is we are going to sew this part from one 11.5 to the other 11.5. We sew it straight. So I have finished sewing it. You can see the straight stitch. Like I said earlier, I want to make it for a customer. This part now, I'm supposed to whip it. If it's for a customer, I will whip this part. This inner part, I will whip it, and I will whip this other part too. But just because it's my own and for the sake of this tutorial, I will not be doing all those whipping on camera. So if you are making it for a customer, make sure you whip. And if the excess is too much, you can trim it just like the way I'm doing now. You can trim it down so that it will not be too bulky at the back, because you'll be gathering this. Now just take your needle and thread and gather. So we are going to wear this on the turban. So you can actually wear this alone like a headband, like I said earlier. You can wear it like a headband. So, and if you want to, like I said before, if you you want to join this one to the turban. So this closing we did, we will not be closing it. So we will just place it together with this one. We'll sew it together with the turban at the back here. I hope you understand. Sew it together and gather it together. I want to do the two together. But since I want it to be separate, that's why I'm doing it separate. So I'll be able to wear the turban separate and this headband alone anytime I want to. So now, I'll gather it. If you have watched to this point, kindly give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share to more people that you thought might need it. So here is it. I have finished gathering it. So let's turn it to the front. Oops. Take a look at this. See, I omitted this while sewing, so I will have to re-sew it back. So take a look at the turban. There is a crisscross headband now. You can see how full it is. Even this can start at this turban. So let me stitch this part that I omitted. Let me stitch it back. Then I'll go and wear it on the mannequin. Then we'll see the final outcome. So here is the final look of our turban. So you can see the turban is down, and here is the headband that I wear on it. You can see how full it is. You know, I told you that this headband, you can even wear it like a turban on its own. See how full it is. See, I wear a wig for the mannequin, so that's why it's big or bogus like this. If you want yours to be bogus like this, you can wear your turban lifter under it. If you want me to make a tutorial on the turban lifter, let me know in the comment section and I will do just that. You can see how full it is. See how beautiful it looks. See the crisscross at the upper part. See, so if you have watched to this point, kindly give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share to more people that you thought might like it. So this is the end of today's tutorial. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye. God bless you.